Okay, I want to welcome everybody to our class 2. We're gradually entering into the technical part of this training, and I want you to take your time to listen very well. I will try and go very slow and repeat myself at every point in time so that everybody can be carried along. Yes, today we are going to be learning majorly the music notations. And when we talk about music notation, they are, just like we have in English language, we have the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and that is what you actually use to um, get the words you want to use together. If you have CUT, you know it is cut. If you have BAG, you know it is bag. The same way we have what we call music notes that we normally use to understand what the composer is actually trying to explain. And in this case is in form of singing. You understand me? You ever wonder that how do I know a song that I don't know before? How do I know the composer wants me to extend this song by 2 beats? How do I know the composer wants me to sing it just like half beats and so on? So this music notation have different symbols that actually helps us to be able to achieve those things, and we're going to be looking at that today in today's class. Let's move on. Understanding music notes. When playing or singing a song, a musician needs to know how long to play each note on the music sheet, just like I've explained. The composer communicates this by using different musical notes and symbols which vary in shapes and form. Yes, exactly what I said. You need to know, for you to be able to understand how to interpret a song, you need to understand the symbols that's going to be used. You need to understand the shapes and then the form that they come up with, so that you can be able to apply it when you're actually singing any song or you are playing any song. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. Like the music alphabet is to English, so also music note is to music. So like we have the music alphabet and other languages, even the Arabic has their own signs and symbol that they use to actually determine their use of words, so that you can put it together and then you know what exactly the person that wrote it is actually trying to bring out from there. So let's go to the types of music notes. Let's get to understand those music notes that we have. Yes, so we have this as a name of notes. That's in their name, musical name. Then these are their symbols, the symbol, how they look like, and then these are the beats that comes with it. So the first one is semi-breve, or some people call it whole note. Semi-breve or whole note. Look at it here. You can see that this is the shape. It looks like oval shape. It's not zero. Please don't use zero. It looks like oval shape, like just like the shape of an egg, an oval shape. So when you see this kind of symbol in a music note, just know that this particular note is actually semi-breve and it is 4 beats. Meaning that when I see this in a music note, I need to count do. Do you understand that? Let me do it again. If I see this note in a score sheet, I need to count do. That's 4 beats for this particular note. We call it whole note or semi-breve. You need to master all this, and I expect you to be putting it down in your own jotter or your writing material wherever you are listening to me today. Now the next one is the minim. We call it minim, or we call it half notes. Half notes. Then it's just like the same oval shape but with a stem. We call this stem. This line here, we call it stem. So it's like the semi-breve with a stem. You understand? And it's 2 beats. Minim is called half notes. That means like a semi-breve shape with a stem. It's 2 beats. So if I want to sing this, I have to sing do. You understand me? Do. 2 beats. If I want to sing this, that means if anytime I see something like this, I know that I'm going to be extending this note by 2 beats. That is it. Now let's go to the next one, the crotchet. We call this the crotchet or a quarter note. Crotchet or the quarter note. Now look at it. It's like oval shape that is shaded. Oval shape that is shaded with a stem. Can you see the way the symbols are actually aligned? Oval shape that is shaded with a stem is the crotchet, and it's quarter note. Some people call it quarter note or crotchet, and it's 1 beat. It's 1 beat. That means for this I will just say do. Then the next one, quaver, That's, we call it 8, or you call it 8 notes. Now, like the oval shape that is shaded with a stem and with a flag. Can you see? With a stem and with a flag. So this is half beat. Anytime you see this, you just know you have half beat. Then the last one, semiquaver, which is the 16th note. It's an oval shape that is shaded with a stem and with 2 flags. Can you see? With 2 flags. And that is like a quarter beat. That means 1/4 beats. We actually have more. We have what we call the semi demi-quaver. Then we have the demi-semi-quaver. Then we have what we call the demi-semi-quaver. Those ones, although most times we don't often use that in song, because for you to have notes like that, that means it'd be pretty fast if you actually want to use that. But basically, these are the major ones we normally use to sing when we're actually using a music note. So I go back again. I said the first one is the semi-breve. That's the name of this symbol. We call it the musical name of the symbol. We call it the semi-breve. It looks like an oval shape, 4 beats. This one is minim. You can call it half notes. Look like an oval shape also, but with stem, which is 2 beats. This is crotchet, oval shape that is shaded. The inside is shaded with the stem. That's 1 beat. Quaver, oval shape that has a stem and a flag. Then semi-quaver, oval shape that with a stem that has 2 flags. You understand me? So those are the different notes that we have. Now take note of this diagram, because these are the things you are going to be seeing in any music score you want to interpret. You need to just understand and master all these diagrams. You need to know them. You need all these symbols. You need to know them, and you need to master them very, very, very well. You understand me? Now, when I do teach my students, this is what I do. This is what I do when I train my students. Let me show you something here. Okay, I have an oval shape here, which is the semi-breve. Don't mind my drawing, please. Then the next thing, for me to have the next one, I have a stem. That's minim. Then the next thing, I have a crotchet shaded inside. That's a crotchet. Then the next thing I have is a flag. That's a quaver. Then the next one I have is double flag, which is the semi-quaver. Do you understand? So that is it. So if I should ask you now that if I have a note like this, oval shape with a stem, what is the name of this note? I expect you to tell me it is minim. It is minim. Minim. I'm sorry, just don't mind my drawing here. I had to use the mouse to do the drawing. And it is how many beats? It's how many beats? It is 2 beats. 2 beats. Do we understand this? So that is how we understand. We go about our different music notes and so on. So those are the music notes that we have. Please, we are still going to be doing more of this. So please just follow me as we continue the class. Okay, the musical notes above are what we place on the music stave to determine how long or short a note should be played, like I've explained before. For example, if a note in a song has an extension of 4 beats, it means we can use the semi-breve. Can you see the semi-breve here? So that means if I want to write a song that has 4 beats, then I can use the semi-breve for that note. Also, if the note is extended by 2 beats count, then we will use the minim. Look at the minim here for that particular note. So it depends on you. Now, when you are talking about music notation, it's either you are the composer, that means you are the person that wants to actually put the song into written, musical form, or you are the interpreter. Somebody have actually composed, you are just interpreting what the person has put down. So as a composer, you are the one writing. That means you will be the one to take the pain of knowing how many beats is this song. Arise, O compatriots. So those arise, O compatriots is supposed to be like one beat. Arise, O compatriots, and so on. You should know that. Then if you are talking about song that has 4 beats, there are so many things, like so many songs that actually has 4 beats. I'm trying to think of one now. Okay, I'll get one. Let's just continue. I'll get one. I believe you understand what I'm trying to say. So each of the song has their beat. This is the day. So the this is, it is not one beat, it is half beat. This is half half. If it's one, it's one, one, one. So another thing, you must be able to know how to count very, very well, your beat very, very well. Because half beat and one beat most times normally sound very, very tricky and close to themselves. So you must be able to know how to count. Okay, so this is the day. So this is quaver, that is a quarter beat. Is one beat. This is the is landed, like I normally tell my students, the is landed. So this is the day. Half one, half one, two. So if I'm going to write note for this is the day, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. So if I want to write this is the day, that means I need to have half, one, half, one, two. So anybody that sees it, that knows how to read music notes, will know that this is la 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 la. But now the person might not be able to sing the note, the do re mi now, because we are still going to get there when we get to the great stave. But now talking about the count of the note you have, the person will definitely be able to interpret this as la 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 pa pa ta ta. You understand me? So that is it. I hope you understand. So that's how we determine the note. I mean, using this notation to know what exactly we have to do at any point in time when we are actually using the music notes to get our song. So let's just move on. Let's move on from there. Now I just want to have a practical exercise of some of these things that we have learned. So music math. Now let's say, use the correct notes value to complete the simple math problem below. You understand me? So now we have this, we have a note like this plus a note like this. Let's just assume we are in mathematics class. So now this note is how many bits? I wish you can be responding to me now, but it's fine. But I believe you are following me. It's how many bits? 2 bits. 2 bits. This is meaning, then plus how many bits is this? This is 1 bit. So this will give us what? This will give us 3. It will give us 3. Now let's look at this. This is 4 bits. That's semi-brief. 4 bits plus this is 1 bit, crochet. So 4 plus 1 will give us what? Will give us 5. No, this is 5. Now look at this. This is half, and then this is 1 bit. Now this will give us what? Half and half here will give us 1. Please, I want to say this at this point. Please don't always use mathematics mentality to work out music, because don't be saying 1 over this and 1 over this, you are looking for LCM, you're looking for this. Please don't do that. Just see this one as half notes, and this is half notes. Half plus half, put 2 halves together makes 1. You understand me? So don't start putting other unnecessary mathematics from a mathematical formula into this. So half plus 1, this is 1 plus this 1, so this is 2. Now look at this one also. This is 1 bit plus this is 2 bits, making 3. Do we understand? Do we understand? Okay, so let's work on that. This is the day that I actually started the other time. So I said this is the day. So now if I'm talking about that the Lord has made, what would that give us? It will give us half, 1, 1, 1. That the Lord has made. Please don't mix it up. That the does not land. If it's 1, that means it's going to be that the Lord has made. But it's that the. So that's the, then Lord landed, has made. Do we understand that? So that Lord has made, that's going to be half, 1, 1, 1. No, half, 1, 1, 1, 2, made. Do we understand that? So that's how we use this note to actually explain, to actually determine what figure, what length of, what length of note I should have for this particular song and so on. We are still going to be doing more of this, the practical aspect of this, but I just want you to understand how we know this. If I once you know this, then you have already gotten a better percentage of knowing how to read music score. That's why I'm actually dwelling more on this particular topic, and then this aspect of the music notation. Now there are times whereby you discover that there are some songs, all we have here is 4, 2, 1, half, and quarter. What if in a case where we have songs like Arise, O compatriots? That triot is how many beats? It is 3 beats. That's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. Now I don't have 3 here. Then take notes, please. You cannot say, looking at this, don't say, since this is meaning plus crotchet is 3, I cannot use the 2. They are 2 different notes on their own. Just like we have syllable in English language, the music syllable, they have, if you want to call Nigeria is 3 syllable words. So you cannot actually use 2 syllable to make one. I don't know, maybe you understand what I'm trying to say now. So this one is a unique note on its own, and this one is another unique note on its own, so it can't be combined to make one note. So we cannot call that triot in Arise, O compatriot. Do you understand? So these are 2 notes, so we cannot use this. So what can we now do when we have note like 3-beat notes, note like 5-beat notes, and so on, that are actually not here in the notes, symbols, and arrangements, and so on? That's why we are going to be going to the next topic that says dotted notes. Okay, dotted notes. So what are dotted notes? Now let's read this up. This is a dot that is placed after a note to indicate a change in the duration of the note. Now we have the main note as minim, as semibreve, as crotchet, and so on, but we want to extend the value of the note to accommodate some extra beats that we might not actually have in the music notation and the note symbols. So we include the dot. And what does the dot do? The dot adds half of the value of the original note to itself. Let me repeat myself. The dot adds half of the value of the original note to itself, meaning that if I have minim here, minim is 2 beats, it means that and I have a dot in front, this is 2 beats. Then if I have a dot here, it means that what is half of 2? That is 1. So that means this dot will be 1. So that means this minim and this dot will now make 3 beats. So instead of me counting 1, 2 for this note, because of the dot, I'll now count 1, 2, 3. Do we understand that? Let me explain with this again. We have semibreve here, which is 4 beats. Now, and I have a dot in front of the semibreve. It means that add half of this original note. Half of 4 is what? Is 2. So what I will do is that I will just add half of this, which is this dot is going to be 2, while this is 4. So 2 plus 4 plus 2, that's 6. So that means for this note with this dot, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you understand that? To actually read this note. So it's going to be 6 beats instead of the original 4 bits. So that is the work of the dot. It adds half the value of the original note. Now note, value of minim is 2, half of 2 is 1, like I explained. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Let's further explain. So that means when you see this note with a dot, just know that it's adding half of the original note to it. So if I want to say Arise, O compatriots, and I need 3 beats, now what am I going to choose from all this? It means I'm going to pick this minim with this dot. We call it dotted minim. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. So that means dotted minim will be here. So it means that all the while I've been using 1, 1, 1, 1. But let me just explain myself on the whiteboard so that you can understand. Arise, O compatriots. So I have this. Sorry, don't mind my drawing. Crochet, crochet. This is rise. This is O. This is come. This is pa. Now this is triot with a dot. Do you understand it now? So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. So when I see this note, I will know this is 3 beats. So that's what dotted notes actually does. It increases the value of an existing note before by half of its value, of its initial value. I believe you understand this to this extent. So that is it. So like I said, if you have questions, if you are not clear with some things, please, there's a group chat I've been provided. You can just join the group chat so that you can further ask questions that might not be clear to you. So let's look at more examples in this our class. Now, this is a dotted semi-breve. It means what? It means that a semi-breve plus 2 beats. That means semi-breve is 4 beats. Then add half of it, which is 2. That's what it means. Can you see? So I can say this is a semi-breve plus minim because it makes up 6 beats. You understand? Now let's look at this. This is minim that has a dot. It means a minim, that's a 2 bit. Then the half of the 2 bits, which is this dot, is 1. So that means with 1 bit, that's a crochet. So this is going to be 3. Now look at this. This is a crochet with a dot. So this is 1, and then half of 1 is half. That's what we have. We have this half here. So that will be 1.5 beats. So that's the work of the dotted notes. Do we understand this? Like I explained, we're talking about dotted notes now, and I'm trying to say that the dots helps to extend the value of a note. Normally we don't have note that has 3 beats. We don't have note that has 6 beats. We don't have note that have 1.5 beats. But there are songs that has those number of beats as their own as an extra extension. So what we do is that we add a dot to the note. Now what does the dot what the dot will do is that it will add half of the original value of the note to it. So if I have minim, that's 2 beats. If I'm adding half of minim, I'm adding half of this note to it, it will actually give me 1 extra note, which will be 3 beats. I hope you understand that. So that's how it actually works. If I have semi-breve, that means there's 4 beats. Half of it will be 2 beats. That will give me 6 beats. So let's look at the placement of the music note on the staff. Actually, this will still be talked about very well when we actually get to the staff proper. So this is how it's being placed, either on the lines or on the space. You understand me? Please take note that at the point, this is on the treble stave, we have the 5 lines and 4 space. I don't want to bore you with this, but this is how we place them on the lines and space, so that you can be able to know, okay, which one is which. Okay, so that means I know that this is actually a minim, this is actually crochet. But if you notice that some stem goes up, some are coming down. Any note that is above the 3rd line, this is 1, 2, 3, this 3rd line, any note above this 3rd line, the stem will come down, not because of anything, but just because of to make your work neater, your note neat, very, very neat. Because just imagine if a note is here, that means your stem will go up here. Look at this note. If your note is here, that means your stem will go very high like this. So any note that is above the 3rd line will bring down the stem. Can you see that all those notes above will bring down the stem? Any note below the 3rd line will bring up the stem. Can you see? Can you see how we place it? So the note must be placed either on the space or on the line. We'll explain that further when we get to the stave and the gray stave. Do you understand that? So that's how it works. So I want to thank you for your time. This class 2, I believe that you have learned something from this class. Please, like I said, if you further need more clarification, you can go ahead and send message to me on my WhatsApp or some of this link. I have my WhatsApp number here, and I also have the email address you can send your message to. Then most importantly, the group chat. Then I'm going to be giving assignments. I'm going to be sending assignments to the group chat that you can work on, and then at least get yourself used to some of these things we actually learned today. Thank you very much. I hope to see you in the next class. Thank you for your time. God bless you.